Hey everyone, it's Richard Metal Fan here, bringing you guys an old school album review. I decided to review this album today since it's the 15-year anniversary of this album. And it's the debut album from one of my personal favorite bands ever. And as you can see below the title, today we're going to be looking into Unhallowed by the Black Dahlia Murder. This was released on June 17th, 2003 through Metal Blade Records. As you can see, here's my copy, which is signed by Trevor Sternad and Brian Ishbak, since I only had them sign it since they're the only two members that were on this album. They're still in the band. But yeah, for those of you who, everybody should probably know who the Black Dahlia Murder are. They're a melodic death metal or death metal band, hailing all the way from Michigan. They formed in 2001. Before that, they released their demo album, which was called What a Horrible Night to Have a Curse, which would later become a song off of their third album, Nocturnal, which in my opinion is still my favorite album of theirs. But yeah, with that demo album, it was kind of described as like metalcore or something, which I haven't really listened to it. And then a year before this album, they released sort of like an EP called A Cold-Blooded Epitaph, which, I mean, and honestly, two of the songs that were on this album appeared on there, but they sort of like re-recorded it for this album, which I haven't really listened to that EP or the original versions of those songs. But yeah, and then they got signed. Of course, I think they got signed to Metal Blade Records probably around that time or so, and then they released their debut album, Unhallowed. In my honest opinion, I think it's a solid debut. It's not like one of their best works, but don't get me wrong, everything the Black Dahlia Murder has done is just spot on. I mean, with this album, it's a decent start, but I feel like after this album, they've just gotten better and better. The production is, I don't know, it just kind of sounds very raw sounding. I feel like it could have been touched up a little bit. Kind of like sounds almost kind of like something from like a demo, or in a way, which I kind of like that raw aspect. The vocal work from Trevor Sternad, like his vocals have kind of like sound different from like later albums, like sort of like his shrieks and stuff, and sort of like low gutturals. He's sort of like trying to find it, I guess, with this album, and then with later albums after that, I feel like he just has just gotten better and better and trying to like find his sort of like signature, I guess, vocal style than we'd have on later albums. Guitar wise, Brian Ishbak and formerly guitarist John Kevinman's guitar playing is just pretty simple. I mean, Brian's riffs are pretty good, and the leads from John are all right. The bass playing, I kind of wish that the bass isn't really that audible, but we can't really hear it well in the mix. I feel like it's just turned down a little bit more, and the drumming is pretty solid. But without further ado, let's dive into this album track by track. Now, the album opens up with sort of like the intro title track, which kind of starts off kind of like weird a little bit. That has like kind of like a little bit of a horror-ish vibe to it. But then it leads right into the next track, Funeral Thirst, which kind of like introduces you to sort of like every aspect on this album, which is fast, heavy, unrelenting, and sort of catchy. And in the middle of the song gets like kind of like a nice, beautiful solo. One of the best solos on here. And like I said, it was great to actually see them play this album in its entirety when I saw them in 2016, and that was awesome. But I'm getting sidetracked. Let's move on to track 3, Elder Misanthropy, which is like a very enjoyable for me any day. It has like a great melody to it, and it's sort of like one of my favorite tracks on this album. Contagion. This one is a crazy song with sort of like its progressive kind of like doomish beginning with sort of like a black metal sounding screeches, which is and there's so much groove in the song, and it's just like mixed with sort of like the low kind of like grunts that will get you like banging your head, and that's all I have to say about this song. When the Last Grave Has Emptied, a pretty good song. It's pretty simple and standard. Thy Horror Cosmic. I probably fucked it up for some reason, but anyway, it's sort of like I really love the intro to the song. It's sort of like new to sort of like the vast world of, if you're new to like the vast world of like death metal, this must be a good starter for you to listen to. The Blackest Incarnation, which I really think is another good song. I really love like around like the 2 minute mark of the song. It has like pulls off sort of like a riff melodies or something. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like Dark Tranquility a little bit. That's what just reminds me of that song. Hymn for the Wretched, Another good song. I thought it's pretty solid. Closed Casket Requiem. Almost has like girlfriend killing lyrics, which is really wow. Some very average drumming, some black metal, kind of like death metal vocals, and sort of like a tremendous mellow death guitar riff at around like 30 seconds into the song, which kind of like reminds you of something of like In Flames and Soilwork. And then the album closes with Apex, which sort of like showcases what the band was able to do by combining sort of like the solid songwriting with generally good musical ideas executed in like sort of like a good manner. And it's sort of like the ending of it sort of like sounds kind of like similar to how it started with the intro track Unhallowed. Yeah, it's kind of like how this whole album kind of like goes into a circle. Now overall, Unhallowed by a Black Dahlia Murder, it's a solid start, but like I said, with this after this album or so, they would just get better and better. But if I were to give this album a score, I'd probably give this probably a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. But then it's not to say that this album is bad, but I just feel like after this album, they've just gotten better and better. But yeah, that's my review of Unhallowed, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, and I'll see you all in the next video. And if anybody from Atlanta is going to Devastation of the Nation tonight at the Masquerade, just let me know. Come say hi. I won't bite. But yeah, thank you for watching my review of Unhallowed, guys. I'll see you all in the next video, and keep it metal.